Hello there, it's Airman Greiner reporting back to you. It's my 11th week here at DINFOS, and the main thing that we learned this week is features. An introduction to what a feature is. So what is a feature? You might be asking yourself that question. A feature is a news story, but it's not specific to like a news story that we've done in the past where we might be reporting on a air show that took place at the base or a featured event coming up or something that took place as far as a promotion. Those are very factual news articles and pretty much just bone dry when you get right down to it. Not a lot of creativity is coming out in that. You're just basically reporting the facts to your audience. What a feature is, it's quite a bit different in the sense that we are going out interviewing a person or maybe doing a feature on a human interest, something of that nature, and we're going to go a little bit more into a creative writing state for the feature. The lead is different in the sense that it's going to be a little bit longer. You're going to have 2 to 3 paragraphs that are going to be building up to the story. It's going to be talking about what you're going to be telling the audience. It's going to answer the so what's, why they want to read this particular article. And in that, you're also going to have what they call the nut graph or your focus statement. And this is really the grabbing point of what is the story all about within one sentence. Then you're going to go into the body of your feature and then have a conclusion and you're done. As far as a feature, so talked about in the beginning that you might be interviewing a person and what is the significance of this person. So I might decide to interview Sergeant Joe, and Sergeant Joe, he is passionate about scuba diving. So that might be the feature, talking about Sergeant Joe's experience in scuba diving. Why did he get into scuba diving? Tell us about that story. And this is going to be an interview with Joe, talking about what scuba diving is to him. Why is he so passionate about it? When he's out scuba diving, what does he like to do when he's out there? Has he ever had any scary moments? Has he had any close calls with death? What's the most fun that he's had? What's the most exciting dive trip that he's had? What's the most memorable dive trip? These are the types of questions you're going to want to ask Joe in this interview. Get good quotes from him. If you have good quotes, it's really going to make the news feature pop. It's going to give it some flavor and it's going to make it stand out and be distinguished. It really comes down to having good interviewing techniques and asking the right questions. Some of them might be closed-ended questions, then a follow-up open-ended question to asking Joe to build up on that particular question. So interviewing will also be discussed because it's very heavily involved with the feature. And then conclusions are going to tie back to the lead and conclude the feature. This is not an extensive lesson on what the feature is. You're going to get that. I got a good 2.5 days of lecture on what the feature is, and each one of those points that I just talked about in much more extensive detail. And you will be given the tools here at DINFOS to write a great news feature, and you'll also have the opportunity to practice. This week we also practiced writing a news feature on one of our instructors here, on him and his dogs and the relationship that he has with them. Quite interesting. It's actually, I enjoy the writing style. I like it. It's a little bit more human. It's not as fact-based as our traditional news writing is. So I very much enjoyed this. That's what you're going to be covering in your 11th week here at DINFOS. So next week will be my 12th week here. Going to be doing my what they call OSX. Going to be my second OSX. Means I'm more than halfway done and I'm wrapping this baby up. Looking forward to doing good on that and having a great day. So hope you found this video informative and instructional, and until then, I'll talk to you guys next week on my 12th week here at DINFOS.